we'll have a look from Stellar Bay. We can always fly off from there.
We're now in orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain.
Okay, is this the right one or is it not? Okay, map. Region. Ah, quite clearly not. Oh, back in the ship, everyone. We got some more travelling to do. Hey guys, welcome back to the Outer Worlds. We are in the Unreliable. We've just literally got back here. We are currently doing Nyoka's quest line, and we have to clear out Nyoka's old base. It's time to head Nyoka's old base, a cave on Monarch in the region of between Fallbrook and Cascadia. Okay, I don't understand. Clear out the base, clear out Mantisaurs before searching for a spot. Okay, so what's the difference? Okay, the map, region. They're both in the same place, are they? Okay, so are we going from here? What is this? I'm guessing I can't get there. Cascadia landing pad. Let's go to Cascadia landing pad.
Greetings, customer.
Hello, Sam. Actually, do I have any crap to get rid of? Not really. Sawed-off shotgun, 1000 DPS. That's going to do some damage, isn't it? But I think I could do with a shotgun actually, a good one, but I haven't got one. Break down. Break down. Break down. Break down. And armor, how are we doing? Okay. I don't need two of these, do I? What's the difference? Level 8, level 17. Okay, get rid of that crap. Tech skills. There's actually a plane flying overhead, if you can hear that. I do apologise. Come on then. Get out of the way, Sam. God damn it. Right, we are going to go
We're
Cascadia.
in orbit over Cascadia, Captain.
We're going to go to Cascadia and see if we can walk from there with Sam and Nyoka. Nyoka and Sam, good. Coming in. Okay, it took a bit longer to load than I was expecting. Thought we'd crashed for a second. Alright, coming in, guys. Which way can we cross this bridge? Is it going to open? It's sealed, damn it. How annoying. I guess we can always travel back under the police station? Was it the police station? I could swear it was the police station we came out, wasn't it? Yeah. We go under the police station, we'll go through this way. And then it's just a different route to take, you know? I just fancy taking a different route. Plus we can have a bit of a look. God, I've used 1,000 bullets of this. Used 1,000 bullets already. Oh, did I miss? No. No, we've been here, haven't we? Don't think I missed anything. What is this though? Nothing. Can't do nothing. This was Tom. Wasn't it Tom? Was it Tom?
Gotta admit, I ain't got a lot of sympathy for someone willing to experiment on themselves. Or any person, really.
No, it's a bit stupid. I don't know why they're getting all this praise, to be honest. Alright, come on, Noka. Sam, you haven't mentioned just how dirty... Sam? 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 Oh, God, there you are. You haven't mentioned just how dirty this lab is. Thought you would have done that by now. It's quite a handy little path up to the thing, actually. But what I don't understand is... Right, it brings you out here. But... So you go in there, come out here, but there's a massive... Right, let's have a look. There's a massive ravine. I guess it doesn't show you how long the elevator ride is. But it would have to go pretty... Oh, there it is. That's why. That's the... That must be the lab right there. Okay. Oh, hello. Yeah, it just doesn't give you a sense of how high or low you're going in the take the pistol. How in the elevator, it doesn't give you a sense of how high or low you're going. Let's go open this, because I reckon we can unlock this.
Passive mode.
God. Something's concussed us all, look. Damn. Did they fire a rocket at us? Oh crap. And I'm concussed again. You know what? I should really learn to be more careful. I have a horrible habit of walking into mines. Oh wow, look at that. Oh my god, that's some serious power going on there. Right, let's see what these do. See if we can unlock. Rizzo's gate control system. Chasm generators 32% capacity. Please select an option. Open northern gate. Yes, okay, that did work. Okay, so what's this? Where does this go? We have to try. There's no way. I can see red dots on the radar. Get ready, guys. Where? Oh my god, where the hell are we? I was not expecting this. Why so many mag picks? Someone trying to break in down here. Okay guys, we ready? Get your guns out. Okay, don't bother then. Woolly cow. Woolly cow. What is woolly cow? What is woolly cow? Mechanical sentry. Okay, can we... Are they all charging? Are they all charging? And is the cow? The cow is actually an enemy. Who is Herbert? What the hell is going on here? Okay. He's saying he's an enemy, but nothing's happening. Let's see.
Incoming!
Okay, yep. God, he was tough. He was really tough. Herbert, where have I... Do I recognise the name Herbert? Sugar Ops armor. It's heavy armor without a downside. We'll take it. The candy cane. Scythe though. Okay, that looks pretty bad. I'm going to take it just in case. I'm missing something with it. Okay, maybe someone could use that. So what's going on here then? This terminal is the sole property of Herbert Buckwater. I'm assuming it's Herbert. Accessed by any person other than Buckwater is unauthorized. Consult your Rizzo employee handbook for the fines corresponding. Okay. Journal entries. Oh god. A lot of reading going on here. Preparations. Dear Margaret, I fear that when you wake you'll think I've abandoned you like Rizzo has. I assure you of the opposite. I have commenced preparations to ensure you and Herbert survive until you are both rescued. As for myself, I fear the worst. I will make every attempt to survive the coming months, but the bites I suffered while fleeing from the Raptidons show no sign of healing. I can only hope that you wake before I pass, but in the worst case, know that I love you both. Yours now, and well after my atoms have been consigned to the ether, Howard. Our quarters here may be tiny, but Herbert continues to investigate its every nook and cranny with utter delight. I am pleased to report that he shows no signs of distress following our sojourn into this humble new home. I have brought with me everything I can take from the surface. Our ex-colleagues continue to try and live above ground, though they have barred the northern gate and from the encroaching Raptidons. They remain unaware as to the existence of this hideaway, and I aim to keep it so. If they found my store of food, they'd surely seek to divide it among themselves. Recalling my emergency training, though it was years ago, I have managed to secure an intubation to sustain you while you sleep so peacefully. Properly rationed, our supplies here will last some years. Surely enough that Rizzo's will come and rescue us. At the very least, Herbert shall survive well through his adolescent years with proper rationing, perhaps even into adulthood. As for myself, my wounds have begun to smell. Herbert pretends not to notice, but the way his nose crinkles reminds me of how you used to laugh. How he grows with each passing day. Yours now and well after my atoms have been consigned to the ether, Howard. So, Herbert's been down here his whole life. We just come in and shoot him. Dear Margaret, I hope you will not take offence. Should you one day wake to find an automechanical preparing Herbert's meals or adjusting your intake tubes. It has taken quite an effort and many failures, to which my new Burns can attest. To engineer an automechanical to take care of any person, much less one infant and one comatose woman, it has taken quite the effort and many failures. Right. With any luck, should the infection in my leg continue to grow, these machines will handily replace my fatherly duties and maintain the loving care required to raise Herbert and nurse you back to health. To my surprise, the cooking model is even capable of limited tutoring services. Howard. Dear Margaret, the Elton Mechanicals are working splendidly. Their fervour reminds me of your youth, years ago, before I became the exhausted husk I am today. Part of me is thankful that you cannot see me in such a state, with one useless leg and ominous streaks of black racing along my veins. We'll leave you with a word of advice. In the absence of proper undergarments, I have taught the automechanicals to wash tanned, Raptidon hides for reuse. With the last vestiges of my strength, I collected a few from the surface. Should you wake, I beg you, do not go up there. Remain here until rescued. Our colleagues have perished and only monsters now remain. Howard. Journal D. Buckwater. Father insists I practice my letters, so here we are. Rizzo's purple berry crunch ready to eat. Typical flakes, purple berry flavoured powdered nuggets. Rizzo. Okay. There's always time for purple berry lunch. New. Okay. It's just sort of gibberish and a bit of a... Today, Father finally let me use the candy cane. It's called a scythe. He showed me how to be safe so I do not burn myself. Maybe I can use it to capture another woolly friend and make him proud. Howard has not moved this morning. His tummy is very still and he's very quiet like Mother was when Howard took her tubes out and cried all night. I think White Hat is my father now. I don't know. I don't know if it is able to be proud, but I will try my best. Oh my god, what the hell happened here? So where's... No, there is no body of the woman they're talking about. Or is this it? No, that's going to be Howard, isn't it? Well, that's quite the sad story that happened down here. Why was he an enemy to me? Why couldn't I have spoken to him? I could have rescued him. There's no need for it to end this way. Okay, come on, let's go. There's really no need for it to end that way. Hey, he attacked us. Okay? We've done nothing wrong. We've done nothing wrong. Right, come on then. Come on, Oka, let's crack on. Is this door open? Can I open this door? I can, but I need 100. I don't quite have 100 at the moment. Okay, where do I have to go? Over to the right, over there. Let's just go as the crow flies, as they say. What is that? Oh, it's dead. I think it might be time for the mind control ray in a second. I'll tell you what, guys, I am actually going to look forward to getting to somewhere like Byzantium, I think. I know it's going to be full of insufferable, you know, insufferable pricks, but but it's going to be nicer than spending all day worrying about mantisaurs or mantiqueens. Where the hell are we? Mantiqueen. Is it time to get the oh, look what we found. This was your hideout.
Whew, here we go. I haven't set foot in here since... Well, I'm ready. Yeah. Right? Yeah.
You sure?
Here we go.
Definite? Definitely ready. Okay, let's go. Charon. Transition to Mantisaur Hive. Okay, are we really ready for this? I'm just wondering if there's going to be like a mahusive monstrosity of a Mantiqueen in here.
Entering quiet mode.
Yes, Sam. How about you enter quiet mode a little bit quieter? I can see why you'd use this as a base of operations. It's actually pretty decent. I can see to the outside from there. You've still got some of your old stuff in here, unless it's... Unless someone's moved in after you. But with the Mantiqueens that he was talking about, I can't see that being a thing. Mantisaur drone. This is quite a nice little base of operations you had here. Okay, are you ready? Let's go.
Damn, putting trash in its rightful place for more than 70 years.
Down they go!
Okay, so we cleared it out already. That was pretty quick. I'm not even going to bother with that. It's just not even... Okay, might as well. I was going to say it's not even worth wasting the mag picks, but I've got 104.
Making it look easy.
Okay, so what did it want me to do? Wants us to inspect the Mantisaur feeding grounds. Head to the feeding grounds to disperse the pheromones. Okay. Search the hive for the remains of Naoka's friends. Opal and Clara's bodies are in the caves. Oh, okay. So your friends' bodies are in here somewhere. Oh God, there's one of them. It's Opal, Naoka. You gonna say anything?
That queen ain't gonna go down easy. I can't wait. What's up?
Never mind. Your friend's here. You gonna say anything? Vented Mark III. Must check that. It's rubbish. Oh, look at that film all over my thing. That must be the gadget that I'm using. Locked. It's another 4 mag picks, but
Damn, got some nimble fingers, Captain.
basically wanted the heavy ammo. That's why I locked. That's why I picked it. Okay, come on, Sam. You've been really quiet. Is everything all right? You're not malfunctioning, are you? Oh, we found the other one. Clara. Sorry, Naoka. Well, you knew they were dead, didn't you? But... 2,000 heavy ammo. I'm not picking that much heavy ammo up now. Okay, we're going to have to put these pheromones in here somewhere. It's not here. That's just a big nothing. Well, it wants me to do something here. Is there something I'm supposed to look? Oh, place clans.
Well, this is the spot. You know, I thought I'd be angry. I thought I'd storm in here in a rage and exterminate all these bugs and everything would be all right in the end. But I ain't. I'm mostly just empty. A little sad, maybe. The first night Hayes and I spent in here, we knew it was home. It's safe. It's got a nice chill to it. But mostly, it doesn't stink of sulfur.
I'm with you there. I hate that smell. You know, it did feel a bit different when we walked in.
Monarch folks often joke about it. Not because of the smell or the grittiness it leaves in your throat. Not because of the headaches or the coughing. It's because there's no escaping it. It's life here, and there ain't anything you can do about it. But here, somehow the sulfur never made it. The nights we spent in here felt like vacations. So we started building.
You built all this? I thought you'd taken over someone else's abandoned property. No, you built this?
We hauled in steel, hired sublight folk to help. That's how we met Anders and Opal. They stuck around after our contract was up. Opal liked camping. Anders liked chasing her tail. 4 of us for a while, scraping together what bits we could to build our home. Then came Rebecca, a sawbones out of the Cascadia survivors, who took a kindness to Hayes. And Clara, her little sister. I'll admit I wasn't keen on taking her on at first, but for a teenager, she was surprisingly capable.
A teenager out here in the Monarch wilderness. Must have been a brave kid. You got a young girl killed. Okay. Must have been a brave kid.
More like attached at the hip to her older sister. Got a kind of strength between them, I suppose. She had a head for numbers. Helped us trade hides for food and materials. Negotiated contracts. Turned out to be mighty useful. Clara, Hayes, Anders, Rebecca, Opal, and me. 6 folks, 1 name. 1 family. Charon. Despite Monarch trying to kill us day in and day out, we managed to belong.
And now you're the only one left. I'm sorry they aren't here to see us kick some manty ass. Tell you what don't belong, the bugs. Let's clear them out, shall we? Yeah, I'm sorry they won't see this. Let's get on with this and kick their ass.
Big mistake.
Stay back, Naoka.
Just the plastic cannot sanitize that contaminant.
Oh,
Neutralized.
okay, that was the wrong gun.
Good news, customer. All germs and contaminants have been neutralized.
Antiplasma gland. Okay. I think we're done, Naoka. I think we're done. Just reload this.
I wish these were more auspicious circumstances, but at least we're all here. This bringing them together, burying them. This is the kind of thing Hayes would have done. That makes it stupid. By all accounts, we should have left well enough alone, but that also makes it right. Captain, thank you.
You're welcome, Naoka. You're welcome.
You mind if we rest a spell before we head out? I'd like to bury Opal and Clara proper before I lay everyone's medallions to rest.
You're leaving medallions here? I suppose that's wise. Go ahead. Of course, although I think you should hold on to the medallions. Yeah, I think you should hold on to the medallions. There's only 6 of you. At least you can keep them safe. Or, well, not safe, but, you know, it's memorable.
What? Why? Them's painful memories, Captain.
I didn't think of that. They'll help remind you of both the good and the bad, not just the bad. They'd like to be remembered once in a while, even if it hurts. What if someone finds a site, they'll just steal them? They help you remember the good and the bad, not just the bad.
Huh. That ain't a bad point. All right, Captain. Thanks.
Between Raptidons and women, he died doing what he loved, chasing tail. His most egregious crime was having the gall to die before me. The closest thing to a sister I ever lost. Another somber moment. The question is now, guys, what do we... Let's level up first. I think some heavy weapons and determination skill increases maximum health. Okay, let's go for that. And yeah, we'll accept that. And perks. What do we want? I can't remember what I was going to do for the perks. When your health is low, you do increase damage. I can't remember which ones I was going to do. I'm sure there was a good one I was going to do. Carry capacity, no. Science weapon damage. Your next attack is guaranteed critical. What do we want? 15% melee damage is returned as health. Okay, what do I want to do? Headshots kill explodes damage in nearby enemies. That's not really good, is it? When you're at low health, you deal increased damage. What do I want? Increase the armor rating and skill bonuses from any armor mod. From any armor you wear, bonuses from mods are not affected. Increase the armor rating and skill bonuses from any armor. Okay, well that will do nicely. Okay, yeah, that will do nicely. Okay, yep, done. Right, quests. Speak with Phineas. Okay, we've got the relay station to get, but I'm kind of interested in Felix's thing. I really want to know what that guy is up to. Harlow told you that Felix wants to place. Harlow told you that if Felix wants a place on his crew, he must prove himself by killing a traitor. Rufus Trusk has gone into hiding. Harlow suggests questioning his wife Rosanna. She can be found on the Groundbreaker. Okay, guys, we're heading to the Groundbreaker. Felix needs us. Parvati just needs clothes for a date, so he can wait because we can't even get there yet. So let's go back to the ground. I think, are we done on Monarch? I think we may be done on Monarch for now. I can always come back to Fallbrook and Amber Heights and check on them at some point, but for right now, I want to get off this stinking rock. We thought we got off it once, only to come straight back. So let's get off here and we must absolutely stink of sulfur by now. Absolutely stink of it. Okay. I just want to see them shoot each other.
Customer, your SAM unit is performing at peak capacity.
It doesn't even see, like they're still.
Preparing to neutralize and
It didn't even alert them. You can sort of do stealthy attacks like it. Ammo, please, heavy ammo. Oh, some nice stutters going on. Okay, Naoka, I really hope that's the end of your quest line, because you have been really miserable. You can stop drinking now as well. As good as you are in combat, I need you sober. So I'm guessing we'll go see this Trask. Trask for Felix, and we need to get to Byzantium. I think once we see Phineas, hopefully it'll open it up, because we've got nowhere else to go. We've practically done everything.
Captain, Felix and the Vicar are arguing again.
Oh, why? What's wrong with them? Right, who's
Young
arguing?
Moonstone, you look pensive.
I don't know what that means, but I've been thinking. It ain't easy carrying a torch for the Rangers.
I understand. The Rangers' victories are your victories. Their defeats are likewise crushing.
You serious? Wow, Max. Never expected you to understand.
This may come as a surprise to you, Felix, but I understand what it is to be a fan.
That's so. You know something? Maybe I was wrong about you.
To be a fan is to cultivate a mental disorder. You're living vicariously through a tossball team.
Nah, I was right the first time. You're a git, Max.
Oh, well, have fun, you two. Have fun. Right. Felix, we need to go see Trusk's wife on the Groundbreaker. So, Groundbreaker.
We've arrived at the Groundbreaker.
Thank you, Ada. Thank you.
Can we talk?
Oh, God, no, no, no. Oh, what?
As always, I am at your disposal.
No, you're staying on the ship.
Anything you'd like to discuss?
No. God, Jesus Christ. I'd like to know something about those I'm flying with. What's your story? Tell me again about the book we picked up that's in French. Remind me, what are your thoughts on philosophists? Any idea where I can find someone who speaks French in this colony? Tell me about your religion. Oh, God. Yeah, tell me again about that book.
Bakonu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the Philosophist school of thought, so the book is banned in this colony.
What plan? Tell me about your religion. Go on then.
The simple version is this. The force which we call the Grand Architect created the universal equation that underlies and defines everything in the universe. Everything flows from the equation, or in layman's terms, the grand plan. Is the Grand Architect a consciousness? A natural force? Did it create the equation on purpose? The answers to these questions don't really matter. The equation, the plan, is all that matters. Contentment is found by accepting one's role in the plan.
If you can't help but follow the plan, then everything you do is part of it, right? That's a convenient way to control the masses. Besides the Grand Architect and the plan, what else do you believe? If you can't help but follow the plan, then everything you do is part of it, right?
The plan is not one rigid path. There are a variety of multitudes contained within it. Our paths have variance, but we'll end up adhering to it, whether we like it or not. Some choices make the path smoother, some rougher. You can even go outside the lines, but the further outside you go, it's like an unbreakable elastic band. It will only stretch so far before it snaps back. The further it is stretched, the more violent the eventual correction.
Yeah, is there any way we can get someone who speaks French for your book?
I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosopher scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Bakonu. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him.
Okay, if I get time, I really don't care about your religious book. That sounds like a good lead. That seems like a bit of a long shot. Yes, seriously, one guy in the whole colony who can translate French.
The only one I'm aware of. I suppose we could always just ask random passers-by if they are fluent in it.
It's probably not a bad idea. Someone must speak French. Hey, I'm the captain here. Only I get to be a smartass. Your sarcasm is duly noted and will be reflected on your review. That sounds like a great idea.
Can't believe my desperation has led me to you. Well, I just remembered there actually is a list like that. The Groundbreaker has access to it. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures.
How will a crew manifestors track down your scholar friend? How is it? Okay, how is it such a simple vicar? Yeah, you're not quite a simple vicar, are you?
Before I transferred to Edgewater, I had a wealth of time to develop certain secular skills during my years serving a particular penitentiary flock. I meditated, led sermons, provided guidance to the inmates as needed, of course. I also played prison yard tossball and taught myself a bit about computronic security systems.
Okay. Yeah, but how will the manifest track down your scholar friend?
I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifest to track the Philosophist's off-world destination.
Okay, sounds good. Let's go.
Thank you, Captain.
I don't know why I'm helping you, but I guess while we're here, I guess I can look into it.
Return in one piece.
So we can have Vicar and Felix.
Captain. Captain.
I'm only doing this because we're here. I really don't care about your religion and your book. 1000 DPS with the shotgun. 500 DPS for that. Wow. What's he do with that? 800. Why is it? This makes no sense. Oh, it's a different shotgun, that's why. It does 1300 DPS with that shotgun. Okay, you can have that for now. Oh, Felix, I don't think you're doing... Yeah, you're pretty... You can do 1000 with that. You two can run in and get murdered. Why isn't that showing me? Oh, okay. That's why. I don't want that. I want Trusk. I need to find his wife. I bet she's in the...
Security. I can check the departures registry to find out which crew the Scholar shipped in and out with.
What are you not telling me? Am I going to end up killing you?
There it is.
In here?
Just yank the drive and I'll do the rest. Now that we have the data cartridge, I can finally find out where that Scholar I'm looking for ended up.
He's not a scholar, is he? And you're not going to tell me the truth. Okay. Do I need to give you this the thing?
Got it. His name is Reginald Cheney, and he joined a sublight salvage crew. Only he's not listed on the return manifest. Must have made landfall somewhere he wasn't supposed to. Ah, yes. Here. There's a domicile on Monarch in Fallbrook, rented to the same bit card he used to buy his seat on the salvage ship. I should have guessed. What better place to lay low if you wish to avoid the authorities?
I don't want to go back to Monarch. You hesitated there, Vicar. What are you not telling me?
Oh, it's nothing. I suppose I really didn't have much faith in actually finding him. Was a bit of a long shot, wasn't it?
This all seems awfully convenient.
I admit it was a bit of a long shot, but when you've spent as many hours as I have in contemplation of the universe's secrets, you sometimes get a sense for these things.
I don't trust you at all.
Rizzo's Purple Berry Punch. You want a punch?
The news packet had the toss ball scores from the Connors.
Where is this wife of... Okay. Why is there enemies there? Okay, so we're in the wrong place. Oh, is it because of here?
Heads up, boss! Nobody messes with you, boss! I was just getting started.
Come on, you two. I don't think there's anyone in here. Where is that pointing at? Is that in... It's got to be in the bar, isn't it?
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Remember Auntie Cleo? Because she remembers you. When you were sick, who took your temperature? When you were hungry, who gave you a needle full of love? Auntie Cleo, that's who. Have you given your auntie a hug today?
Okay. Anyway,
Halcyon.
Rosanna.
You mind trying to have a moment here?
No, I don't mind. I'm looking for a guy by the name of Rufus Trask. I'm told he lived around here. Are you Rosanna Trask? Are you, yeah, let's be polite. Are you Rosanna?
Yeah, I was called that once upon a day. You need something?
I'm looking for a guy by the name of Rufus.
Rufus and I are no longer on speaking terms. I don't know where he is. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you.
Show her Harlow's emblem. If you know where Trask is, you want to tell me. I'm on the level you can ask Junlei about me. Harlow sent me. Yeah. Ask Junlei about me.
You're telling me you're on a first-name basis with Ms. Tennyson?
Yep. I'm not one of Harlow's thugs. You can trust me.
All right. I'm gonna take your word for it. Rufus is hiding out in Emerald Vale. Got a few friends with him. That's as much as I know.
Okay, I've got more questions.
Please, just make it quick.
You and Trask split up? How much do you know about Harlow? Harlow tells me Trask betrayed him. Do you know anything about that?
Only that Rufus is in a bad way. He came to see me a little ways back. Said he had to go into hiding. Never asked why. He was here to collect his personals, complain about Harlow to me, and say goodbye. In that order.
He didn't tell you anything about Harlow? You split up. I don't really care if they split up or not. How much do you know about Harlow? How much do you know about Harlow?
Precious little. He and Rufus worked together on the Groundbreaker some years back before he vanished. A few years later, Rufus gets a message from an old friend. Something about starting a revolution, something about getting rich. Abandoned his work and ran off that very day.
That sounds familiar. Yeah, sounds familiar, Felix.
So Clyde sent Trask the same message he sent me. What's the problem?
Word of advice, kid? Anybody carrying on about a revolution just wants to sell you something. I don't know Harlow. Never so much as bandied a word with the fellow. You're better off having this discussion with Rufus.
That's all I wanted to know.
Appreciate
Thank you.
it. No offense meant. Just been a long day is all.
Okay. I guess we're getting in the unreliable again. Where are we going this time? Confront Trask. Emerald Vale. Track down Reginald. Okay, Monarch. I'm not going to Monarch just yet. We're going to go to Terra 2. Because, quite frankly, Vicar, I don't like you very much, and Felix is much more important than you. But once again, we have to bunny hop from planet to planet, and it's getting rather tedious. Especially when one of them is going back to Monarch.
If you stop in the engine room, would you ask Parvati to send Sam down to the bridge?
No, I've tried many times and she doesn't do it. So no. Felix, are you ready? Let's get going to Edgewater.
We are now in orbit above Edgewater, Captain.
Right. Come on. I want Felix and Sam. Back on pleasant old Terra 2. Felix, I've got a feeling we're going to end up, not Trask, your other guy. I've just forgotten his name. Not Rufus. Harlow. Sorry, Harlow. How did I forget that? Right, I've got a funny feeling we're going to end up killing your friend Harlow. But anyway, let's carry on.